David Walliams has been a household name for over a decade, beloved for his sharp wit, infectious humor, and candid commentary on Britain's Got Talent. Millions have tuned in week after week to watch him critique aspiring performers, laugh at the unexpected, and occasionally shed a tear at raw talent. But behind the laughter and glitz the man fans see on TV is only part of the story. What happens when the cameras are off, when the applause fades, and when the pressures of fame collide with personal struggles? For Walliams, the past few years have been a whirlwind of public scrutiny, private battles, and revelations that few outside his inner circle truly understood. From controversies that rocked his reputation to moments of vulnerability that never made the headlines, the truth about David Walliams is far more complex than the jovial persona he projects. In this documentary, we uncover the hidden challenges, personal sacrifices, and untold stories that shaped Walliams' journey from comedian to television judge. From career-defining highs to moments of private struggle, this is the story behind the man who made millions laugh while facing battles that were never broadcast. This is what really happened to David Walliams. David Walliams' journey to becoming one of Britain's most recognizable television personalities began long before his time on Britain's Got Talent. Born in London, he carved his path as a comedian, writer, and actor, gaining acclaim through his sketch work with Matt Lucas on Little Britain. The partnership catapulted him into stardom, earning him both fame and a reputation for irreverent, sometimes controversial humor. Yet with success came immense pressure. As Walliams transitioned to the judging panel of Britain's Got Talent in 2007, the stakes were higher than ever. He was no longer just performing on stage. He was evaluating the dreams and talents of thousands, and every comment was scrutinized by millions of viewers across the globe. The role amplified both his influence and the weight of expectation. Behind the camera, Walliams was navigating a demanding schedule. Live shows, rehearsals, media interviews, and charitable appearances all collided with the need to maintain his own creative projects, from books to acting roles. This constant balancing act, while exhilarating, created an undercurrent of tension. Friends and colleagues describe Walliams as meticulous and committed, someone who holds himself to high standards and strives for excellence, but whose relentless drive often masked underlying stress. Even as audiences cheered, laughed, and celebrated his humor, Walliams faced the hidden burdens of public scrutiny, social media criticism, press speculation, and the ever-present gaze of an audience expecting perfection. The pressure was not only professional, it seeped into personal life. Walliams' private struggles with self-doubt, fatigue, and the relentless demands of a public persona often remained unseen, hidden behind the jovial, confident front he displayed on camera. Over time, the weight of maintaining this image while pursuing multiple career avenues began to exact a toll. Colleagues recall moments where Walliams' energy waned, where the humor was there but tinged with exhaustion, and where the effort to remain on for the cameras clashed with the need for personal reflection and rest. The contrast between public perception and private reality became increasingly stark. The world saw laughter, charm, and sharp wit, while Walliams wrestled quietly with the challenges of fame, identity, and expectation. It is within this tension, between the persona audiences adored and the private man navigating pressure, scrutiny, and personal ambition, that the story of David Walliams truly begins. Understanding this dynamic is essential to comprehending the events, controversies, and revelations that would later define his public and private life. As we peel back the layers of fame and facade, we see not just a celebrity, but a man confronting the relentless complexities of success and the human vulnerabilities that even the brightest stars cannot escape. As David Walliams' fame grew, so did the scrutiny of his every action, comment, and creative decision. While audiences adored his humor and charm on Britain's Got Talent, not every performance or remark went unchallenged. Over the years, Walliams found himself at the center of controversies that made headlines and sparked intense debate on social media, press outlets, and fan forums. Some criticized his on-screen jokes as insensitive or politically incorrect, while others questioned the fairness of his judgments during talent competitions, alleging bias or inconsistency. Behind the laughter, Walliams faced the reality of being a public figure whose words carried weight far beyond the studio. Colleagues and insiders revealed that these controversies were not always reflective of his intent. Often, they were the product of misinterpretation, taken out of context, or amplified by the relentless pace of modern media. Yet the backlash was real, and its impact on Walliams' personal life and mental health was significant. Private sources describe moments of anxiety, sleepless nights, and stress as he navigated the delicate balance between maintaining his career, staying true to his comedic style, and managing the reactions of a highly critical audience. Even his charitable work and public appearances could not shield him from scrutiny. Every action was dissected, every joke analyzed, and every interview quoted. The toll of constant observation began to weigh heavily, forcing Walliams to develop coping mechanisms to protect both his career and his well-being. Friends note that he became increasingly cautious in public, carefully considering his words and actions, while also seeking support from close confidants who understood the pressures of fame. Yet, despite the challenges, Walliams persisted, determined to uphold his commitments to the show, his creative projects, and the fans who adored him. It was a period defined by resilience in the face of criticism, a balancing act between accountability and artistic freedom. These controversies, though painful, ultimately shaped Walliams's persona in the public eye, revealing a man capable of weathering storms while maintaining his trademark wit and charm. His experiences highlight the often unseen struggles of celebrities living under constant observation, where even minor missteps can become global talking points. And while the backlash was difficult, it also forced Walliams to reflect, evolve, and consider the responsibility inherent in being a public figure, a responsibility that extends far beyond the stage, the camera, and the spotlight. If you're captivated by the hidden stories behind Britain's most famous TV personalities, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. The real story of David Walliams goes far beyond what you've seen on screen. Beneath the humor, charm, and on-screen confidence, David Walliams has faced personal struggles that rarely made headlines, hidden behind the carefully constructed persona of the jovial judge beloved by millions. Friends and colleagues describe a man who, despite his public charisma, has often wrestled with loneliness, anxiety, and the intense pressure of maintaining a flawless public image. For years, Walliams managed the dual realities of his life, the bright, energetic personality demanded by television audiences, and the private challenges that gnawed at him behind closed doors. The scrutiny of millions of viewers, the relentless commentary of social media, and the ever-present gaze of the media amplified the smallest misstep, leaving Walliams to navigate not only the expectations of fans, but also the high standards he set for himself. Insider accounts reveal late nights spent doubting his decisions, moments of introspection questioning his choices, and periods when the stress of public life weighed heavily on his mental and emotional health. Even successes, standing ovations, glowing reviews, and record-breaking ratings were sometimes overshadowed by the lingering anxiety of whether his next move would meet audience expectations or invite criticism. Beyond the professional sphere, Walliams' personal relationships were affected, as the demands of fame limited his ability to cultivate intimacy and maintain private connections outside the entertainment world. Friends recall that he often sought solace in quiet routines, writing, and moments of reflection to reclaim a sense of balance, yet the pressure never fully abated. This tension between public persona and private reality is a common challenge for high-profile figures, but for Walliams, it was intensified by the unique nature of his career, a life spent making others laugh while internally negotiating doubts, fears, and insecurities. Despite these challenges, Walliams' resilience emerged, allowing him to continue performing, judging, and entertaining while quietly confronting the personal difficulties that accompanied his fame. His story is a reminder that the faces we see on television often conceal profound, unseen struggles, and that even those who bring joy to millions must contend with moments of vulnerability, self-doubt, and emotional exhaustion. By examining these private struggles, we gain a fuller understanding of Walliams' journey, the sacrifices required to maintain a career in the public eye, and the human complexity behind the celebrity persona. The laughter, the humor, and the charm that audiences adore were hard-won, the product not only of talent, but also of enduring inner battles that tested Walliams' perseverance, resilience, and commitment to his craft. It is this human side, rarely seen, often overlooked, that offers the most compelling insight into what really happened to David Walliams, revealing a man navigating fame, expectation, and personal struggle with courage, tenacity, and ultimately, remarkable grace. After years under the public microscope, navigating controversies, personal struggles, and the relentless demands of fame, David Walliams embarked on a journey of redemption and reinvention, both professionally and personally. The challenges he faced did not diminish his talent. Instead, they forced him to confront his vulnerabilities, reassess his priorities, and redefine what success meant beyond television ratings or public acclaim. Friends and insiders note that Walliams began to take more deliberate control over his public persona, balancing humor and candor with thoughtful reflection while dedicating time to personal projects that allowed him to express creativity on his own terms. Writing children's books, engaging in philanthropic endeavors, and participating in carefully chosen projects offered him avenues to reconnect with his passions and redefine his legacy outside the scrutiny of reality TV. Professionally, he remained a prominent judge on Britain's Got Talent, but with a renewed approach, emphasizing mentorship, empathy, and genuine encouragement alongside his trademark humor. This evolution reflected a man who had weathered storms and emerged with a deeper understanding of himself, the entertainment industry, and the responsibilities that came with influence. On a personal level, Walliams focused on building meaningful connections, surrounding himself with trusted friends and collaborators who supported both his ambitions and his well-being. By embracing vulnerability and transparency, he was able to reconcile the private challenges that had long been overshadowed by public performance, finding a balance between authenticity and the demands of fame. The reinvention was not without effort. Walliams had to learn to navigate criticism, setbacks, and occasional missteps while maintaining resilience and self-confidence. Yet, through persistence, introspection, and adaptability, he transformed his struggles into a source of strength, demonstrating a remarkable ability to endure and thrive despite public and private pressures. Today, Walliams stands not only as a beloved television personality, but as a figure emblematic of resilience, growth, and the complex human experience behind celebrity. His story is a testament to the power of reinvention, how adversity, scrutiny, and personal struggle can be transformed into lessons of perseverance, humility, and renewed purpose. By examining his journey, audiences gain insight into the intricate interplay between fame and personal life, the sacrifices required to maintain a career in the spotlight, and the courage it takes to evolve authentically under constant observation. Ultimately, the story of David Walliams is one of triumph over adversity, the quiet victories behind the public laughter, and the enduring ability to reinvent oneself while remaining true to personal values, passions, and creative vision. It is a story that reminds us that even the brightest stars must navigate darkness, yet through resilience, reflection, and reinvention, they can emerge stronger, wiser, and more authentic than ever before.